And skiing is, I think, a sport where you're getting some adrenaline and it's a little risk factor, so.
If she says that that's one of the reasons why she loves the sport so much, no one would be surprised. Now that she's officially back in competition, fans and competitors made sure to keep an eye out for the US alpine ski legend. Lindsey Vonn made sure that she's ready for competition. Throughout the summer 2024, Vonn was seen training hard, dedicating herself to fitness and on-snow preparation. Her efforts included working with top trainers to rebuild strength and confidence on the slopes. When Vonn hinted at a return on social media in November with the post, "Well, it's off to Colorado. I hope the US ski team uniform still fits," reactions were mixed. Some questioned whether she could compete again at the highest level at 40, especially after her knee surgery. However, her results are proving her commitment and capability. During her training runs in Beaver Creek, Vonn showed consistent improvements, demonstrating increased confidence and speed. Her training performances drew attention and praise from both fans and experts alike. Lindsey claimed that she surprised even herself with how well her comeback has gone since returning to ski racing, after being forced to quit through injury almost 6 years ago. Just a reminder that the 40-year-old retired in February 2019 with knee problems following a glittering career that included Olympic and World Championship golds and 82 World Cup wins. But after having a titanium knee replacement and being able to ski pain-free again, Vonn decided to give racing another go. As earlier mentioned, the American finished 14th in her first World Cup race back in December and came 4th and 6th in Super G and downhill races in St. Anton, Austria. Unfortunately, Vonn's most recent race in Cortina, where she holds the record of 12 World Cup wins, did not go to plan as she finished 20th in downhill and slid out halfway through Super G while on pace for a podium finish. In an interview with the BBC's Ski Sunday, Vonn said, "I didn't expect anything that has happened this year. Even when I said I was going to race again, I didn't even expect to race in St. Anton because I thought there would be no way I'd be ready to race there," she shared. "It's such a challenging hill. I've definitely far exceeded my expectations by a long shot." In addition to her injury, it didn't help that her return was met with disapproval and judgment. In fact, former racers Bernhard Russi and Michaela Dorfmeister criticizing her decision, calling it stupid and dangerous. "I don't know why my comeback was such a big problem," Vonn said. "I'm not hurting anyone doing what I'm doing. In fact, if she's hurting anyone, it would possibly herself, as she's taking the risk to face an injury again while competing. But since even after quitting the sport, she still experienced pain, so she made a decision to have the operation on her right knee. I was doing more therapy in retirement than I was when I was racing," Vonn explained. "I did it for my own longevity, for my own well-being. That was my motivation, to be pain-free and to live the life I tried to build for myself." She added, "My new knee has given me a second chance. Life is short, so I'm going to take it." This had to mean that after her recent fall in Cortina, she would not stay down. Instead, she will stand up and try again, literally and figuratively speaking. Notably, she also crashed during training a few days prior to the said race, but brushed off any injury concerns. She claimed she is good and has only a few bruises after falling toward the end of a World Cup downhill training run. The protective airbag that most downhill skiers wear inflated under Vonn's racing suit to help soften her fall. Vonn got back up and skied to the finish area on the Olympia delle Tofane course, but then went inside a tent for treatment. She did not break any bones, her team said. "I'm good," Vonn told the Associated Press during an interview later in the day at the US team hotel. "I just caught a lot of air off the second to last jump, and I just landed, and my ski kinda caught funny. My bum is sore, but otherwise I'm good," she added, indicating that she still planned to race. "I'm generally in a great place for the races this weekend. I don't think my crash had any impact on my expectations for the weekend," she said in an interview with FIS. During the second downhill training run, of the FIS World Cup event in Cortina d'Ampezzo, Italy. The US alpine ski legend finished far off the pace. The 40-year-old completed the Olympia delle Tofane course in 1 minute and 38.02, placing 40th among the 56 finishers, 3.39 seconds behind Sofia Goggia's leading time. The three-time Olympic medalist, who crashed during the first run, adopted a cautious approach, gradually losing time at each checkpoint. Midway through, she even appeared to abandon the aerodynamic tuck position. After crossing the finish line, Vonn shook her head slightly and managed only a faint smile. In the finish area, she had a lengthy discussion with her coach, Patrick Rimmel, with her body language showing signs of discomfort. According to FIS, Vonn later skipped interviews with the written press to head to physiotherapy sessions. Needless to say, Lindsey Vonn's comeback in Cortina d'Ampezzo, Italy, was far from the return she had hoped for. After crashing in the first training run and finishing 20th in the downhill, the US alpine ski star failed to finish the Super G World Cup event the following day. Vonn lost balance on her inside left ski shortly after the second checkpoint, where she trailed leader Federica Brignone by just half a second. "I was skiing really well," the 40-year-old later explained to reporters. "I definitely made some mistakes on the top, but I got a little bit behind the course and tried to pull it off. Then, my skis kind of clicked together and I lost my balance." She rose to her feet moments later, visibly frustrated, as she struck the snow with her ski pole before skiing down the Olympia delle Tofane slope to warm applause from the local crowd. It is worth noting, though, that even with this recent development, Vonn still holds the record for most World Cup wins, 12, just so you know, in Cortina. Some of you are probably aware that the three-time Olympic medalist revealed that her goal is to wrap up the second chapter of her career at the upcoming Olympic Winter Games in Milano Cortina. If Vonn was able to record a World Cup win in the future, she would comfortably become the oldest man or woman to do so. If you were able to read between the lines, yes, Vonn plans to retire again after next year's Olympics, when women's skiing will be held in Cortina. "I need more training, I need more time, and I think it's actually kind of a good thing that I didn't do well this weekend, because it leaves me really hungry for more and also hopefully for next year," Vonn said. In order to actually get to next year, she formulated a plan. "It's just going to take a little bit more time," Vonn said. "I need to be patient myself, and I hope that everyone can be patient with me so that I can just keep my expectations in check and just keep trying to get better every weekend." Overall, if she can make it to next year's Olympics, when women's races will be held on one of her favorite courses in Cortina, that would be the perfect place to wrap up this portion of her career. Will she be able to do it? That remains to be seen. For now, watch this to see how this athlete has been faring so far in the year.